y'all, it's Canterbury Trails Farm, and I know it's been a while since I did a video, and this has been a crazy year, but I do have a few videos to put up. This one I wanted to get up before October, but I'm pushing it a little close. I wanted to do Baby Ghost, and I know if you follow my loom knitting videos, I'm always on the lookout for very small looms, and I have found some. First of all, let's start by, I'm using it's just an acrylic. I think it's Red Heart. It's just a white weight of 4 yarn, so that should answer that question. So if you follow my videos, you know I use these vintage flower looms. I think it's Studio 12. They were popular in the 70s, and I use the internal hole part as a small loom because that has been the smallest loom that I was able to find that I didn't make my own. And if you watch some of the other videos, I've used these different kits to make smaller ones. But I found some smaller looms. This is actually a Studio 12, and these two are actually, I don't know, some off-brand. I'll put the link to it, the Amazon link to these exact ones that I bought. They came with a whole bunch of other ones, but these are the 2 small ones I've been using. So what I was doing was making Baby Ghost, and I saw this real cute advertisement for Baby Ghost, and they came with like a little quote-unquote birth-death certificate. They had what their occupation was in their former life. Anyway, I just thought they were cute. But anyway, I thought they were cute because they were little baby ghosts, and I was looking for something really small to make little Halloween decorations for my dollhouse because I have several dollhouses. And also I thought these would look really cute hanging, you know, like, I don't know, like a garland or something if you wanted to make a bunch of them. I made this one in like 10, I don't know if it was even 10 minutes. I mean, it was like I just whipped it out so fast. Also, this would work awesome, this little one, for doll socks. If you watch my loom knitting doll sock video, where I had a really hard time finding one and I had to smush it down, do weird things to make a small enough doll sock for like a 14 to, well, it was for like a 10 to about maybe 15-inch doll. They were really small. Anyway, this is a Studio 12 tiny loom. It came with this one. I got a new one off of eBay because I couldn't find my other one. And it turns out I left it at the homestead. Sometimes happens. Things get moved back and forth. This one actually came with this set. I had to buy a new one. I'd never seen this one off eBay. It was a vintage set. It had never been opened, so that was sort of a little thrill. This one is a little tiny one, and it's actually even smaller than these smaller ones that I'm going to show you what came out here. So this Studio 12 one, if you can be lucky enough to find this little one, I'd never seen it before, and I've been doing this since, you know, like I said, the 70s. I've only seen the one regular yellow one. So this is it's an inch. It's an inch diameter, so it's awesome. This pink one that I have that I got off this Amazon set it's about 1 1/4 inches. And then this square one that came in the same set as the pink one is also 1 1/4 inches. It's just square. And it doesn't matter. And when you're loom knitting with it, when you're doing a flower thing, that's going to change the shape of it. But when you're using it as a loom, it's going to turn out circular. It's not going to hold a square shape. Just won't. Unless I guess if you used really thick or stiff crochet thread, maybe. If you starched it, it would hold a square. But I'm using it. I wanted the diameter. But I didn't use that one. I used this little one. I used the pink one, and I used the Studio 12 one. I wanted to see what different sizes I would get. And here's what we got. And I got this little teeny tiny one. I'll put them in order here. So the little teeny tiny one I knitted for approximately 2 1/4 inches. And if you've watched my videos, you know I don't count stitches, I measure. That's just the way I learned how to do it. You just measure. So I guess both of them have advantages and disadvantages. With the counting of the rows, you got to remember the rows. With the measuring, you got to stop periodically and measure. You get real good after you've been doing it as long as I have, which is now 40 some odd years, because I was about 10 or so, 8, 9, 10 when I learned how to loom knit. You get real good at just eyeballing things, and you can get, you know, pretty approximate. Anyway, so that's how long I knitted for that little dude. And then using the pink one, this one is just about 3 1/2. he came out a little taller, so that's what that one. And then using the center of the Studio 12, again, I'd say about 3 1/4 on that one. See, remember, some of it's going to curl up at the end. I didn't do cuffs. I just started it, so making like a little mini hat. This is a really cool project to start with, especially if you've never loom knitted before. This is probably the simplest you can get. You're just making a tube and you're cinching it up on the top. If you don't know how to make a hat, go check out my hat video, because I actually teach you how to loom knit on that one. Most of my videos are project videos, so that means I'm assuming you already know the basics of like how to do a hat. That's like the most basic. If you know how to do a hat, you can do a tube. And that's all a hat is. It's just a tube. So, and you're cinching the end together. And sometimes you can make a cuff on that tube, sometimes you don't, which depends, you know, whatever you're doing. But for this purposes, there's no cuff. On the little longer ones, it curls up a little bit. You can control that curl. You could turn it under if you wanted to, but I think it's cute like this. So they're sort of self-standing, using the weight of 4. And I think they turned out really cute. And so I really, really like this tiny one. I think he's my favorite. And that's what I was sort of going for, because I was just going to put it on my doll's TV. She's got a little pumpkin, and I thought, oh, it'd be cute if I had a little ghost too, just to make a little Halloween decoration in there. So this one is so super, super cute. And like I said, any of these would be cute on some kind of garland. You could just do a loop up through their head and tie it, or you could make a wreath and sew or glue these little guys all over the wreath like a black. There's possibilities with your imagination what to do with the baby ghost. But I just wanted to show you because, I mean, these were so cute. If you did a whole bunch of them, like for you, if your kid goes to elementary school, and a whole bunch of these, you could just tie it on with a little loop and tie it onto the goodie bags. I mean, those would be so cute. I mean, when I was a little kid, I would have loved that. It would have been really neat. So just use your imagination, and there's, like I said, endless possibilities what you can do with these little guys. I will leave the link to the set that I found, the small loom. I can't leave a link for the Studio 12 because it's vintage. So you're going to have to go on Etsy, you're going to have to go on eBay. But there are very similar products like this being sold on eBay, on Amazon. In fact, this set that I'm going to leave the link to, I think it came with one that was about these two same diameter. Check it out and make yourself some baby ghosts and have some fun. So this is Big Canterbury Trails Farm, and we'll catch you soon. Bye!